I went antiquing the other day. I found this Southern Living magazine, 2013. It was a fall edition. So y'all, I'm gonna cook something out of this. I am gonna cook caramel apple blondie pie with apple cider caramel sauce. So let's get to cooking, y'all. To start off with, it calls for 6 Granny Smith apples that is peeled and sliced. So after you have your apples peeled, we're gonna quarter them and start slicing them 1/4 of an inch thick. So we've got all of our apples sliced, and we're gonna just put them in a bowl. We're gonna measure 2 cups of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and I'm just gonna mix these 2 together. We're gonna toss our apples with the brown sugar mixture. I'm gonna use my hands. And yes, I've washed my hands, but I wanna make sure all these slices that are not stuck together, I want everything coated equally. I'm gonna melt 1/4 cup of butter in my pan here. We've got our melted butter in here. And we're gonna add our apples. We're gonna toss it around in the butter, and we're gonna cook these until our apples are tender. Should take about 15 minutes for this on medium heat. We're going to stir these periodically through this process to cook evenly and the sugar not to burn. The recipe in the Southern Living magazine did not call for cinnamon, but I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of cinnamon in here because I want it to have that fall flavor. All right, our apples are starting to cook down. You can tell that they're starting to soften. I'm just continuing to stir this. Our apples are tender, but not mushy. So that's what I want. I'm gonna take them off, and I'm gonna let this cool almost completely before I do the next step. For my blondie part, I'm doing 1.5 cups of flour. Now this is self-rising flour. I'm gonna crack 3 eggs. We're gonna have 3 tablespoons of cold water, 1 cup of brown sugar, and then we're gonna add in this is a stick of butter melted. There is our blondie mix. We have a 10-inch cast iron skillet. Unfold a pie crust. This is a ready-made pie crust. Now you can make your own, but I did not. So what we're gonna do is just kind of fit this in here, and I want it to go up on the sides a little bit. I have my oven preheated to 350. I have my apples that's been cooling for about 30 minutes. We're putting 2/3 of the pie filling in our pie crust. Now we're gonna put our blondie mix over the top, spooning it over the top. You can spread it out evenly after you get it all in there. So we got our blondie mix on there. We're gonna put the rest of the apples on top. We're just gonna spread that out to the side. We're gonna put this in a 350-degree oven on the lower rack for about 1 hour and 10 minutes to 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna check it at 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're gonna make the apple cider caramel sauce, and I have apple cider, and we're gonna use 1 cup of this. Put it in I'm gonna cook this on medium-high heat until it cooks down to 1/4 cup. Apple cider has boiled down to about 1/4 cup, so I'm gonna add 1 cup of brown sugar. This is firmly packed brown sugar. 1/2 stick of butter. I might have messed this up, y'all, but I forgot to add the heavy whipping cream. So that's 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. This is coming to a boil. And I'm gonna boil this for 2 minutes on medium-high heat. We'll set a timer here. We're gonna stir for 2 minutes. I'm gonna take this off the heat. It's been our 2 minutes. The recipe doesn't call for vanilla, but I'm gonna put a teaspoon of vanilla in it. This cool down completely and thicken up our apple cider caramel sauce. I'm gonna check my blondie apple pie, and I have these little broom testers here that Mr. Hoss gave me. So what I'm gonna do is just take this and stick it into my pie, and it come out clean. A little bit shy of 1 hour and 10 minutes, maybe 1 hour and 5 minutes. So this is at 1 hour and 5 minutes. I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna cut it. We have our caramel apple blondie pie and our apple cider caramel sauce that I'm going to drizzle over the top here. Ooh-wee. And if this don't smell like fall, I don't know where you live, because this is good, y'all. Oh my goodness. That is fine. Y'all gonna have to try this recipe. Hope y'all try this recipe, and until next time, I'll see you then.